Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates, guys. This morning we are jumping straight ahead even as we are in the thick of the Christmas season. This morning we're going to have a quick conversation with Mrs. Dianne Hadad, who is the former chairman for the Tobago arm of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Shenell. Good morning to your viewers. And may I wish everybody a very good season and healthy and prosperous 2026.
Excellent, and we're wishing you the same as well.
We all need it.
Excellent. This morning we're talking a bit about the CaboStar Woes because we know
CaboStar Woes?
Woes, right? Recently there was the announcement that this ship has already been sold. Before, we heard that the agreement was coming to an end and they were either going to renegotiate that contract or get a new boat. But it has been, set in stone now that it has been sold, and we now have to find a new vessel for Trinidad and Tobago as it pertains to, the inter-island transportation for cargo. How do you think this directly impacts the business community in the short term? Because this is happening on January the 12th. And we are hearing that there is the process happening to procure a new vessel. But what do you think are some of those short-term impacts that we can see happening on the business community?
Well, I mean, they are obvious. They are the facts that we don't have cargo coming here, within a week. Immediately we create a crisis. In fact, 2-3 days and we start a crisis. But that is if you have an active economy. Unfortunately, we have not had an active economy for the last couple of years. We have been very dead. And so you will notice that even when the boat went on dry dock for 3 weeks and extended to a third. No, for 2 weeks and extended for a third. You notice nobody was out there waving flags and screaming. Not because they didn't have issues, but because there was really no economic boost. And therefore, the boat did not affect us that badly. It happening in January is usually the slowest month of the year. Everybody would have moved from the Christmas season. And I need to say that there is no Christmas season. The place is very dead. As you can see, there's no traffic in Scarborough. I probably can have an unapproved, unauthorized marathon in the street, and I don't think I will cause a problem.
I actually faced a lot of traffic yesterday during the daytime.
That is Upper Scarborough. You got some movement coming
right down on the main road, the Milford Road, yesterday around.
That's not a Christmas season.
12 to about 5, a lot of traffic.
Let me tell you something about a Christmas season. I'm doing this business for 40 years now. And the Christmas season really starts from month-end November. What happens is it actually starts even earlier. People get their paint and sew in October, month-end into November. They then get whatever bonuses they have to get. People get that usually in November. November month-end, they go out and they buy, whether it's the curtains and so on. And then their November salary is what they move into December to spend for their food and so. That's the perfect Christmas setting. That's the perfect experience. That has not happened in years. We are only running into our Christmas. Well, yesterday was what you call the eve of Christmas Eve. What can you do in a logical mind in traffic, get frustrated and you buy things that you don't want, or you don't buy. You get out and say, forget it. And then you come to the realization, Christmas is one day, I forget that, right? And it's going to pass, and Boxing Day, and we'll get into it next year. So most people throw their hands up at that stage because you get frustrated. That is not good for us as a people, healthy, socially, and definitely not economically. However, I want to get us back to the boat. The boat affects us no matter what. Because people would have depleted stocks in December. People have purchased very cautiously because we don't have the cash flow. You don't have the borrowings that are available for you to be able to show how you would pay back, and therefore persons did not invest what they would normally do. People are buying goods. I'm also in the distribution business. People are buying goods and calling you up to yesterday, last minute, they want this, they want that. But the sales are poor. So for the whole month, the place has been poor, dead. So therefore, they will not have the backstock to carry them into January or anything that's causing problems with this boat. Now, the boat, we are hearing many stories. You have heard the 12th. Up to this morning, I heard it could be pushed to the 26th, right? That may be some clause in there, but we don't know. Unfortunately, there's no information coming out that's exact for people to be able to preempt or know how to treat with it. It's a big secret. What you are hearing is comments on the ground, nips and pieces. I mean, I have heard that there's an arrangement before the PNM left office. There was an arrangement that was in place already. I understand that staff have already been engaged and employed for training for a boat. Then I am hearing no. I heard that was approved, that the Prime Minister was okay with it. Then I'm hearing, no, we're going for 2 other vessels. I mean, I have the names and everything, which I'm not going to release and say anything because it's not in my place. They are the people who are supposed to do that. That they're going to look at 2 other boats, names declared. But I know and would like to believe that the government would definitely not do anything to have us experience what we did a couple of years ago under the last administration with their reckless decisions with that superfast Galicia, which was engaged during the tenure of the partnership of the Kamala Persad-Bissessar administration. And then we change office and we go now to dump what they do and take what we do. And the whole thing with the badge, bringing our vehicles over us now, people like me have to go and do over body work and whatever. They threw us in the bamboo. In fact, in quicksand. I would like to think that the government of today is not so, I don't know what the word is, fickle, silly, I don't know what, dotish, to come and do something that's going to throw us there again.
Meaning starting over the entire procurement
The
process
and whatever, that whatever was there that made sense, that they will work with it. You know, these boats always have this thing surrounding it. It's bubble. Whoever the money is have to get a cut in it and whatever. I don't know when that story will leave us as a people and governments in terms of how they operate leadership. And I would like to think that Mrs. Persad-Bissessar, in her wisdom of the experience, will direct that this does not hit us on the 12th or the 26th, like an explosion.
Right, and you know, for a lot of persons who are within the business community, they're saying, okay, well, if we knew that this agreement was coming to an end in January, then by that time we should have already been welcoming the new boat even before this boat's contract is up. When we talk about contingency planning, is that an issue that we see being pervasive in Trinidad and Tobago? And how do we counter those type of issues? Even if there is a change in government, what type of structures should be in place at the Port Authority level that regardless of who is in power, that these things that have been started are continued?
You know, it's funny, Shenell, you asked that. We are in what you call stupid season, silly season, election season, even for us in Tobago, yeah? And I will tell you that our problem, and it's not special to Trinidad and Tobago, it seems to be the Caribbean after we would have had the Ralph Gonsalves fiasco coming public, and then we are hearing, you know, Antigua Barbuda. If I may say, it seems to be that we've lost the simple qualities that man's supposed to at least operate by, some measure of ethics and, you know, commitment to leadership. And it's as though we've lost our way there, but for a long time now. And contingency planning, forecasting, all of that. You don't have successful private sector just like that. Successful private sector sit, forecast, strategize, plan, and then put into effect with KPIs and action, right? And action. And action. Good, not talk shops. We get out there and we have to perform. We come now and it seems like being in politics or being in leadership now is all about What is in it for me personally? The I zone. What do I benefit? So it has come to a place where the quality of people that are attracting or being attracted there is really not anybody that I will go and say, I want advice from you. Nothing starts me there. Nothing startles me that these people are people that I can get at. So if I can't get advice from them, I'm really not sure how they lead in me. Point, right? So how can they plan for the island? Where's the forecasting? The best time that port was ever run was under Mr. Leon Grant. And I'm saying it again and again, and I will die saying it. Unless somebody gives me something better between now and that day. But I'm living till 180. So I have a long time to see what will happen. So I'm saying, what is it that these people see that is attractive to them? Is it that I want to go to a place that I don't have to work and just get paid? Is it that I want to go to a place where I can get benefits that are dishonest? I just want to get rich quick. What is it so attractive to persons that go to these places? Listen to something else. Have you ever recognized, and I mean, to me, this could not be just coincidental, every Christmas, every Easter, every carnival, every summer, every time we have an event or some occasion taking place, you know, our boats have problems, delays, breakdown. People have to be by the port screaming and behaving, you know, like they're from a backyard, all because nobody speaks to them properly, nobody explains anything to them. Do you realize it happens at Caribbean Airlines and the airport, the planes? It's always sufferation. Over my 40-something years doing that from a business perspective, you know what? I avoid flying then or going anything. I just get out of the way because the experience is not and has not been nice. When Mr. Grant was there, we met as a chamber, the chamber when I was there. We would meet the committee and Mr. Grant and his team, and we will do 3-month and 6-month forecasts, and we would do the year forecast. So you see this story now, just secretive, and no, we would have known, we would have given our input. If we knew that the boat was going on the 12th, we would have made arrangements with suppliers to give extended credit. We would have done something.
Right.
But
does this committee still exist within the business chamber?
Yes, it does. I'm not sure how active the actual chamber is in terms of their voice. I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Understood. So do you think that the problem is more on the Port Authority side and the leadership within the Trinidad and Tobago Port Authority or the government than it is within the actual private sector and the business community?
Of course, there's been no proper table communication, across the table talk, no proper meetings held so that the people who have gone there, I mean, let us be real. No politician understands that port or airport or you understand what I mean?
Right.
They don't understand that. They rely on public servants and whatever information. How many of them really suffer? When they go, a phone call is made, they go straight to the counter, somebody gets their boarding pass, they don't get the feel of what's happening. So to me, they are distant from the emotion. They are distant from the cost. They are distant from the whole episode. And therefore, the private sector in Tobago in particular, we feel it so much because we are there in our businesses. We have to be. We have to be there in the night. We have to be there in the day. We work twice as hard. You know, people in Trinidad, I keep saying, have the ability to shut off at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. We have to go back at 8 or 9 o'clock in the night and go till 11 when the boat leaves. We have to hope the gate is open for us when we come back, although they come in late. The boat arrives late. They don't give us any extra time. In the past, we had arrangements where the manager will automatically know the boat came in late, they talk to the captain, so we get an extra half an hour to go and offload and turn around. Nothing is going on like that. Nothing for the longest while.
Do you think the chamber plays a incredibly important role in advocating to ensure that these channels of communication are reopened?
Yes, the NGOs do play a role. However, I'm back to the same problem. Leadership Are people going to be there for their personal purpose and gain, or are they going to be there for the business of Tobago? Are they going to be there just as in Trinidad? Are they there? You have seen how many people from NGO Shenell end up being in politics. Ricky Sukai, and I'm calling people's names, was in the Shogunas chamber, very active, doing stuff for Shogunas, and then he was in the parliament after that. We keep seeing the head of the supermarket association at one time, you know, they ended up. So the point is it that they're going there for a particular goal, or is it that the politicians get to claw into them and buy them, so they shut them up, so that all the failings are hidden and the people don't get to see it?
Understood. Even moving forward in the procurement of this new cargo vessel, in the meantime, you know, you indicated that it may not be as bad because January is a bit...
No, but it takes time.
A bit, yeah.
It takes time.
And this may even cut into that Easter period, depending on how soon they can get
that
on
whole,
this.
sometimes the boats arrive, Shenell, and it is not, the ramp to go down doesn't fit properly on our landing area, and therefore they have some work to do. They have to do renovations to it. So you remember the last time they had all of that, so the boat is here, but the boat cannot function. You know, whether it's a tug have to bring it in, whatever. We don't know the actual dynamics and logistics and that thing, and therefore it is difficult for us to say that it's not going to take us another 2 weeks to get it all settled down. It is, we are in a very funny place again today as we speak. I mean, tomorrow is Christmas Day, so we'll go and eat and be merry, and then we'll wake up to it. In no time, the reality is going to hit us in a couple of days. Again, when will Trinidad and Tobago, described as a failed state, and I am saying it for years now, because we can't get the basics in order. Facilitation of transport and that whole movement between the islands, our road networks, that whole thing, we really need to get great leadership at this stage. And the people have to decide that they're going to be prepared to make whatever is necessary happen by their voices, by their action. And we have to want better for ourselves. We can't sit and hope and depend on who declares themselves politicians and great leaders.
Understood. Well, we want to thank you so much for being here this morning and, you know, bringing that perspective from the business sector, as you are, you know, one of those key business persons here on the island of Tobago, and encouraging Tobagonians to use their voices to advocate for the type of change and sustainable leadership.
They can't continue to live like this.
Understood.
We're going to continue to live like this?
Understood.
Come on.
Well, again, we want to say season's greetings to you from
Thank you very much, and
colleagues.
again, God bless.
Me and my colleagues here at Tobago Updates. Guys, we are going to go straight over to the Mason Hall SDA Drum Corps, and they're going to come to us this morning with some lovely Christmas music. My team of colleagues are over there at the Scarborough Esplanade enjoying the sweet songs of Christmas, so we hope that you will join us with that as we head over to them right now.